Hello, today we're going to talk about sending an email message from within a Power App, from data within that Power App. So we're going to actually put a send message button on there, and we're going to allow you to send an email message directly from your Power App. So this is a code-based discussion. We're going to really talk about what you need to get this job done. I'm not going to actually show you the app that's been built, but we will have some screenshots along the way here for you to kind of track where we're going. So go ahead and use this as a reference tool for you to remember how to do these things, because you forget the little things. At least I do. So good luck. We're going to jump right to it. So the first thing we want to do here, and really the objective, as I stated, was to send an email message from within a Power App with data that's inside of the list. In this example, the list that we're pulling from. And here you can see what the outcome is, right? We're entering in an email address for a task reminder email. And so if you're working on something inside of the app and you're like, hey, I want to send this to this person with these fields, you just click on there and it automatically will send them out this note with this information inside there. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the nitty-gritty. So here is the code itself, by the way, and I'll try to remember to put this inside of the description of this video. But here is the code itself. Now, we're going to explain the code here in just a minute, but make sure that you have all of the things that you need inside of your code. First, we need to add the Office 365 Outlook and the Office 365 user data sources within our Power App. So let's just flip over to this screen here, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. You're going to go to data within your Power App. You're going to click right here on data and just search for Office 365. Okay? And you're going to see here multiple things that are going to pop up. We want the Office 365 Outlook and the Office 365 users. To install that, you're just going to click on it. You're going to click on it, and then it's going to install it. So if we go back to the document here that we're talking about here, you want Office 365 Outlook and Office 365 user data sources. So here we've put the Office 365 user. Now again, we're going to do it again, and we're going to say Outlook. Okay, Office 365 Outlook. See it right there? So that's the other one we're going to install there. And we're just going to install it, and it should be fine. So those are the two that we need here. So I'm going to separate that out so you can see. It's kind of like that. Okay, this will allow you to integrate a lot of things from Outlook, Active Directory, and Office 365. They're nice connectors to have, and they do have quite a bit of functionality associated with them. So again, when you're done, you want your data source to look like this, because we're going to do some commands here in just a minute leveraging that. Okay, so here I show you how to do that. 1, 2, and 3. We'll kind of blow that up a little bit for you. So add, click on the data source, add data, type in Office, click on those two things, and they'll look just like I just showed you. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add an icon. Now, here we're just going to go to icons and add the mail icon. You can add any icon, it really doesn't matter. We're going to add this to our gallery. Now, because we're using this inside of a gallery, we're actually adding it to the gallery itself. So again, we'll just use this as an example, although this is not the actual application. But let's say that I wanted to put that email inside of this note manager here. I'm going to go to the gallery itself. Do you see that appear here with the blue lines? And I know it's a little faint. Let's see if we can get a little more zoom on there. Okay. And then do you see here? You're going to click on Edit Gallery. And when you hit Edit Gallery, this is key. You're going to hit Edit Gallery. Now, let me put my screen down so you can see. Whoops. All right. Sorry about that. I wasn't planning on doing the live stuff, but I think it works. So here you're going to see Edit. Now, depending upon which version of Power Apps you're using, it may appear here, or it may be over here under icons, but nonetheless, let's just do this, and we're just going to type in mail, and we're just going to click on mail. Now notice that it's inside of this blue line, and this is really important. When we go to play this app, notice here that it's inside, and then it's going to be in the same place on every single one that we're working on, and that's really what we want. We want to make sure. Now, what you don't want to do, let's delete that. What you don't want to do is just click on here and say, yep, this is the note manager, and then you click and you add the icon, kind of like this icon is here. Notice that when we do our save, notice how the icon stays and it doesn't move with each one of the records. Okay, so I don't need to belabor that point. I guess we just need to make sure that it's inside of the app that you're doing. And in this case, it's important because we're pulling data from this specific record. And so let's go ahead and move that back inside there, and let's see what we got here. Next thing, you're going to add the email message. And I've gone ahead, for those of you that don't understand HTML as well, and added some of these extra things. So again, just bookmark this video as kind of a reference tool for you. So whenever you're wondering about the HTML and how to write it, you can just use this as a reference tool and come back. So let's walk through some of this. First of all, here I'm just calling this send email, okay, is the common command. And here, this is the code, right, that you need. So Office 365 Outlook, that's the connector we just loaded. Send email version 2, open parenthesis, and then we're going to put in all of this stuff. Then we're going to close the parenthesis down here. But let's talk about what all this stuff is. First of all, you can see I've kind of made some note here. Text email address.text. That is where we're loading the information from. So if you look right here, this box right here, this text box, is actually that text input field, so that it's going to say, okay, I'm going to send an email, but I'm going to look at this text input field for what address I need to add. You could put that address as anything. There's a million ways to do that, but I've just done it that way in this example. The B, remember the arrows there, side arrows? I'm sure there's a better way to say that, but B starts bold, /B ends bold. So here, notice here we're saying action needed, start bold here, stop bold here. If you just put in B here and forget to put this stop in, it's going to bold everything along its way. So make sure you go there. Here we're just starting. This is the name, the title right here of what we want. Now notice in the title of the email message, this is kind of important. Here, look, we're doing the update action, right? And then we're calling this item. So we're going to actually put the task name within this as well. And we're using the ampersand there, the and sign, to do that. So this is a great example of how to put in text and mix it with something actually from your list. Okay, so let's go back to the HTML code. So here we have bold, the message starts there, okay? And then let's talk about a couple others here. Notice here that we have I, so this is italics, right? So we're going to start an italic there. We're going to stop the italic there. Here, this item, we're actually collecting. This is a field, right? So this, excuse me, it's a column within the list itself, pub notes, okay? And you can see the columns are in black, by the way. And notice I'm using that ampersand. Now here, I'm doing a carriage return. So notice here I have an ampersand, so it's and I put the BR, which is the carriage return, inside of quotes, and BR inside quotes, and then I go bold, italic, and then notes, okay? So that's kind of how that works, and then this again is calling it. So the output from this, you have a couple carriage returns in here. That means you hit your return key, right? So I'm kind of spreading it out. I wish I would have had, I don't think I have an example of the email message. I don't. So that's all for this video. But that's basically how you're going to set this up. Again, I encourage you to use this as a reference tool for the code itself on what you need to put in. It's pretty straightforward now that you've got all of the details you need to be able to send an email message directly from that Power App with data from that list that's being used within the Power App. So good luck.